Welcome to the subreddit Relationship Advice. Today we have two more stories. One is about a 40-year-old man and his date with a girl he fell in love with at 14. One is about a woman's fiancé who is infatuated with another woman. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Story 1. Over 2 decades later, I, male 40, might have a chance with the first girl, female 40, I ever loved. I am crippled with anxiety about messing things up. Help. The backstory: at the tender age of 14, I fell in love for the first time. It was with a friend in my class at school. She had me hook, line, and sinker. She was kind, funny, intelligent, and beautiful. And she didn't feel the same way. It was a hard pill to swallow, but I accepted her feelings and we were close friends. My feelings for her persisted in one form or another throughout high school and into our 20s. I never sat around waiting for her. I dated and loved other girls, but a piece of me always held a candle for her. We had lost touch for a while, but a few years ago, she got in touch with me. We hung out with our old friends, some group dinner parties, and met each other's families. At this time, she was married and so was I. We then both got busy with life and didn't see each other for a little while, other than the odd social media post comment. During this time, my marriage was breaking down, for reasons totally unrelated to my friend. My ex and I filed for divorce but remain amicable. Current situation: I recently found out that my friend had also gotten a divorce. Her husband had been cheating on her. When I found out, I called her to ask how she was going. We had a pleasant chat. She said she's doing really well and was in a good place, and she asked me out to dinner to catch up. Now, we'd never hung out one-on-one when we were married, as it would have been somewhat inappropriate. There was nothing that indicated anything but platonic feelings from her end when she asked me over the phone, so I was just excited to spend time with my friend. We agreed it would make more sense for me to pick her up, as I would be driving almost by her house to get to the restaurant. She walked out of the house and I don't know what happened in that moment. I saw her and immediately, I was 14 again. I started quivering, my voice was shaking, my words made no sense. The first hint of the night that she may not just want to be friends, the way she was dressed. I was expecting jeans and t-shirt, but her slinky dress screamed date night. I turned to jelly. She was still so freaking beautiful. We had a great night of conversation, dinner and drinks. And there was no use fighting it. I was falling back in love with her again. At this point, I was certain I had no chance. But then, we went for a walk after dinner. We found a nice spot by the beach we had dinner at and sat down. She sat close to me and it was obvious she was cold, so I put my arm around her. We sat like this for a while, chatting. I was frozen with fear and anxiety. I couldn't do anything if I wanted to. I dared not move. I can't remember what led up to it, but we were laughing about something and then suddenly, she was moving towards me, and we kissed. After that, everything is a blur. We made out, we spoke, we laughed. She held my hand. I felt like I was floating. I dropped her home and told her I wanted to see her again soon. She texted me when I got home to tell me she had one of the best nights in a very long time and how she can't wait to see me again too. We texted back and forwards a couple of times and then she said, "I think this could be something really good," and the anxiety kicked back in and I left her on read. Not because I disagree, but because I am paralyzed with the fear of fricking this up, realizing that I could actually have a chance with my dream girl. And I am terrified. She is way too good for me. She is way more successful, ambitious, financially secure, accomplished and intelligent than I am. I feel like I am out of her league and that she will wake up and realize this sooner or later. How do I not frick this once-in-a-lifetime chance up? How do I woo her? Make her feel special? This is the closest she has ever been to ever falling in love with me. I can't lose her again. Comment 1. So I finally texted her back with some light humor and asked to see her tomorrow if she's free. She said, "For you, I'm free anytime." This is the same girl who told me she didn't love me no less than 3 times when we were young. How the frick is this happening right now? Comment 2. Don't reveal all your feelings to her too soon. Or, as the brothers say, keep your shite together. Just take it slow like you'd take any other relationship. Savor every moment, but don't start building fantasy castles in your mind. Expectations are a recipe for disaster. Comment 3. Sounds exciting. Just have fun with it and don't jump ahead too quick. It's the journey, not the destination. I love dating and getting to know someone really well because that journey is so much fun. It sounds like you're doing good so far, so just keep doing what feels right. Comment 4. First of all, I'm so happy for you two. I wish you both the best of luck. Okay, so now I'm going to give you some tough love. You have got to learn to get your insecurities and anxiety under control or this will implode. If you can, try to stop yourself from overthinking. I find Headspace works for that, but I'll warn you that you can only do so many exercises in that app before you have to pay. Worth it to at least check it out. Take some deep breaths when you feel anxious, drink some water. Whenever my mom is getting anxious about something, I tell her to take some deep breaths and that seems to help. I think it just makes you slow down and realize things aren't that bad. Finally, I suggest therapy if you can. I have been the insecure person in a relationship and I have been with an insecure person in a relationship. It's not fun on either side. Therapy has helped me immensely with insecurities. I think you can do this. I believe in you, but you have to believe in yourself. Story 2. My 29 female, seemingly oblivious fiancé, 31 male, might be in love with our friend, 29 female, who is in a long-term relationship. Our wedding is this summer. I am very happily engaged. I have waited a long time to find a man like this who is loving, kind, loves me for me, and is ready to settle down. I believe he is it for me, my soulmate. We have only been dating for a year and a half, engaged after 6 months. We are both mature adults and although it seems quick for some, I was very happy with the timeline. Throughout our relationship, we have hung out with his friend Sam, 28F, and her boyfriend. They both seem like great people. I never feel any flirtatious vibes coming from her towards my fiancé, but I have always noticed my fiancé will say such admiring things to her, right in front of me and Sam's boyfriend. Such as, "You deserve the best, Sam." Or, "You look beautiful, Sam." It isn't anything terrible but it just gets me feeling a bit red in the ears. It may just be my reading into things but her boyfriend seems a bit pissed when he says these things also. He will also drop comments about how she has the best career. Sam is a kindergarten teacher and my fiancé is a huge family-oriented person who can't wait to be a dad. When we're alone at home he will say things like, "Maybe you could become a teacher one day." Or, "Teachers have the best jobs, and they get the summers off to spend with their own kids." I honestly don't even think he knows he is doing it. He'll comment on very specific things such as that without mentioning her name, but it seems like he is trying to mold me into her. Other than those subtle things, he always wants to hang out with Sam and her boyfriend. He is constantly asking to hang out with them, even with the pandemic, and I have been telling him no almost every time because of the gathering restrictions. I have caved recently, and noticed it is like he is on happy drugs when she is around. It almost hurts to see how happy he is around her. They have known each other for much longer than he and I, and they do say they love each other in our group messages and in person like a friend-love type of thing. At one time I couldn't stand it and I asked why he had never dated Sam before. His response was, "Well, she was always dating someone else and then I met you." It is so honest, but basically confirms he wanted to be with her. It's her birthday today and in the middle of our texting conversation, he is at work about selling our house and our life together after the wedding. He went completely off topic and out of nowhere just said we that should buy Sam a gift for her birthday. Our friend group doesn't buy gifts for each other. If it weren't for the pandemic we would just be out and we would buy her a drink. Now he wants to buy her a gift. It's confusing. I know normally if someone were to try to have an affair they wouldn't be so open about it. I actually don't think he is even capable of having an affair, and I am not suggesting that would happen. I think I am worried he is secretly in love with her and we are going to get married and I will always be having to live in this person's shadow. It's like she is the dream girl. Do I approach the subject with him? Do I ignore my insecurity and tuck it away? I appreciate any advice you have on tackling personal jealousy or on how to communicate this without sounding accusatory. Edit 1. Some people are asking about Sam's relationship timeline. She has been with her boyfriend, Ben, for 3 years. Ben, Sam and my fiancé all met at the same time at a sports club. When they all met, both Sam and Ben had other relationships, and they started cheating on the prospective relationships for months until finally breaking it off, and since then they have been happily together. Ben has always openly talked about marrying Sam. They will discuss with us when they want kids, and it's all very casual and open. He already has a ring that he told my fiancé about. He is just waiting for the perfect time to propose. We were already engaged when he was told. Edit 2. I also want to say, that I didn't include in the post, is my fiancé is always telling me I'm beautiful, he loves me, all he needs is me in life. He posts about me constantly on social media, gushing about our relationship. I just counted, and his last 14 hours of 15 posts were of him and I, with him expressing his love or his gratitude. I have never felt the need to express my love outwardly to the world like that, so I do not reciprocate the social media stuff. But we do communicate well and I don't feel like I can't bring things up to him. Edit 3. One more thing about my fiancé that is both charming and annoying is that he does not understand the simple social rules that we all learn. You know, those little things such as not asking a woman her age or weight. He has straight up asked a woman if she has gained weight, or how much money somebody makes. I'm trying to think of another example. When we were first dating, we were visiting his mom and he mentioned that I am a reckless driver and I had recently told him on the drive there that I had gotten into a few fender benders between the ages of 17 and 19. I am now a grandma driver and am very safe. Just that kind of verbal diarrhea and not knowing that, especially when leaving out the context that it was 12 years ago. Telling a mother her son is with a reckless unsafe driver might not be the best idea. Like I said, it is his charm. He doesn't know or care what to say to be politically correct. But he has a heart of gold. That is why I worry when he is saying these things, like talking about Sam's career for me. Yes, I have my own successful career that I love, or telling her directly she's beautiful. Wanting to hang out with them constantly. I worry he is actually oblivious and hasn't even considered being in love with her before. But since he is so honest and doesn't hold anything back when speaking, it is just naturally showing itself. Comment 1. I think you should talk to him. Explain what you've noticed and how it makes you feel, that you are his second choice. Don't be accusatory, just honest and forthright. It might be true that he is in love with her, and if so, don't you want to know that? Or it could also be that he is unaware of how he behaves around her and there really is nothing for you to worry about. But I think if you do not say anything, this will eat at you until it becomes a problem you cannot resolve. Comment 2. So many problems seem to fester and don't resolve themselves on their own. What alternative do you have to eventually printing out your post and handing it to your fiancé? At least if you do that, you won't be counterproductively screaming at him, which you will eventually be doing if you let these feelings build up inside you. Comment 3. Don't ignore anything of what you feel. You have to clear that thing out with him because it may haunt you all the time throughout the relationship. And it's even more important since you are getting married. You have to think about yourself in that situation and confront him about what you see and feel. Think of how to approach topic, but from my perspective the most important is to be prepared and know what to say. Bring up clear points so he cannot undermine them easily and can understand your point of view. I'm sorry you feel like that and I hope the situation gets clear soon. Comment 4. She is the one that got away for him. Do you want to be the second best option? Comment 5. It really sounds like he is in love with her. It could be that he is trying to repress those feelings and thinks that marrying you will fix that. There are people who sadly are like that. I suggest that you talk to him. Don't accuse him but tell him how you feel. And I do think that you should take some time apart. Maybe not breaking up, but he needs to be honest with himself. If he is trying to suppress his feelings for her, it will one day come out in some way, and that won't be fair to you. What happens if Sam and her boyfriend one day break up and you are married? I am sure he would be ready to leave you just to be with her if he is in love with her. So he needs to be honest with himself and you. He may not want to because he doesn't want to lose you, but you don't deserve to be second in someone's heart. You should never accept to be someone's consolation prize. So he needs to be honest with himself. If he really cares about you, he needs to be honest with himself and you. I don't remember who posted it, but it happened to a girl who wrote her on Reddit. Her boyfriend had been very in love with another girl, but he and that girl had broken up for some reasons. The girl had moved on and met another guy and gotten married. He met the girl that wrote the post, but she noticed that he seemed to still be in love with her. But she didn't take the red flags serious and even married the guy. Some years later, the fifth girl's husband dies, or they divorced, can't remember, and he starts to become distant. Turns out he wants to be there for her. And sure enough, he one day confesses that he is still in love with her. He wants to divorce. She was devastated. They divorce and he gets together with the girl and even marries her. What was really sad is that he wanted to invite this girl to his wedding and people were angry that she said no. Felt really sad for the girl. Again, don't be someone's consolation prize. You deserve better. Thanks for listening.